Morning.
Not really morning, but
Afternoon.
It's 11:54, so technically it's still morning.
Yeah. Woo.
So yeah, I'm Brina Palencia. I'm a voice actress. I've done a bunch of stuff. You can Google me. I don't feel like listing it all. I'm sure you all have smartphones. If you don't, I don't understand how you exist.
I don't know.
I mean, if you have a smartphone, you don't really need friends anymore. It's pretty great. Actually, last night we were trying to figure out where to go to eat, and I was like, fine, I'll just Yelp it, guys. And they're like, why don't we just talk to the concierge? And I was like, oh yeah, you can ask people. That happened. Yeah, so I don't really know why it's called The Many Voices of Brina Palencia. I didn't even know what panel I was doing until I got here. So basically, we're just going to do a Q&A. You can ask me whatever. I may or may not answer it. There's not really that many of you, so you can just scream it from your seat. I prefer if it was like blood-curdling scream. Not really, just kidding, please don't. Yeah, so, does anyone have any questions? For those of you who just walked in, I'm Brina Palencia, nice to meet you. Put your hands up again, who has a question? Go.
How do you get the voices so convincing of a butler and a boy?
Talent? No, I'm just kidding. As far as the accent, I actually, every morning before I would go in to record on Black Butler, I would watch Jane Austen films and just repeat everything that I heard as I was listening to it. I looked like a crazy person, just talking to the television and mimicking everything that I heard, just to kind of warm up my voice. And then as far as the little boy thing, I'm not really sure how that happens. I just try to sound like a little boy, and that's just what it comes out, I guess. I've always kind of been a tomboy. I don't know if that has something to do with it. I've always been a tomboy, and I feel like I've always talked more boyish than girlish, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Next question. You.
If you could have a voice actor narrate your life, who would you pick?
If I could have a voice actor narrate my life, probably Morgan Freeman. He narrates everything because he's good at it.
Awesome.
Good question. I like that question. Next question. You.
What was your favorite show to voice act?
My favorite show to voice act? Well, probably the one that is the most sentimental. I have two that are very, very sentimental to me. One is Maho in Beck. I don't know how many of you have seen that. How many of you have seen that? Yay, Beck fans. Because she was my first real lead, and I got to sing, and I loved singing. I got my degree in music, and I feel like her life parallels mine a lot. She reminds me a lot of what I was like when I was that age, except she's a lot cooler than I was, so it's a lot more of a nerd. So I really connected with that character a lot. And then the other one would be Natsuki in Summer Wars. How many of you guys have seen Summer Wars? Yay, Summer Wars! I had a really close relationship with my grandmother. I was actually raised with my grandmother and my mother, and she passed away about 3 years ago, and so I dedicated my performance to my grandmother. I mean, it's not like in the credits or anything, but in my mind, I dedicated my performance to her. And so it was a really emotional performance for me, so I really like that one. But then as far as just having fun, I think Tamama and Sergeant Frog is probably my favorite as far as just playing around. Yes?
Can you do the Tamama voice?
Yes, it might be a little scratchy, but I'm gonna drink some over here. This is my favorite line.
Hey everybody, guess what? I think I have diabetes.
Wow.
Next question. You.
What was it like playing Chibitalia?
What was it like playing Chibitalia? Well, what's funny is I didn't really know much about the show whenever I first auditioned. All I heard was that it was just really offensive. And I like offensive humor, but the way that people were describing it, I thought it was just going to be stupid offensive. And then whenever I went in to record, I was very pleasantly surprised to see that, it's a really smart show. And so I was really excited, and I think Chief Talia is adorable. I like playing adorable characters. I play a lot of them. And I didn't study the accent at all for that one. I mean, for, Butler, because it's a much more serious show, I was very studious in trying to make sure that the accent was as accurate as possible. With Chief Talia, I was just like,
Hey, I'm Italian! What's happening?
like, I didn't even attempt to do a different. And that's why I think it's funny when I do Italian panels. In general, I don't think anyone really studied the accent much. For the more obscure ones, I think people tried to figure out at least a semblance of what that would sound like. But for the bigger, more obvious ones, I think all of us just kind of did it because it is kind of supposed to be offensive and a stereotype of that, it's not really supposed to be convincing. So I think it's funny when we do panels, people always ask like, so how difficult was it to get that accent down? It's like, I just walked in. Sounded dumb. Like, oh. Actually, I think Mario was my inspiration. It was like a mixture between Chopper and
Mario.
The doctor just came in. Oh, snap! Awesome. Other questions? You.
Did you like playing Ray from Evangelion?
Rei Ayanami. That was another show that I stupidly didn't know much about whenever I got the part. I mean, honestly, she talks so little that, especially after the first movie, I was just kind of like, yeah, whatever, cool, I'll come in for 2 hours, knock it out, awesome. And then the director, Mike McFarlane, tried to, warn me. The way he put it was, as far as if you were going to put it on a scale of nerddom, I just gave you the role of Princess Leia. And I was like, haha, yeah, right, whatever. She doesn't even talk. And then whenever it was announced that I was the new Rey in Evangelion, he warned me that, today is when they're making the announcement, just so you're prepared. And I was like, prepared for what? Whatever. And then flood of emails. This was back in the day when MySpace was kind of popular. So flood of emails to my MySpace and to my Facebook and to my actual email of people just being like, that's my favorite role of all time. Don't screw it up. And so I felt my heart beating a little faster and started getting a lot more anxious and nervous about my performance. Because when I did it, I'd already done it. Like, there was nothing that I could fix if I had screwed it up. And so I was just like, well, I haven't been screwed up either. I have no idea. And I'm sorry. But I've been really lucky. A lot of people pretty much everyone has been really positive about it. So I'm really lucky in that I'm sure that there are people out there that hate it, because there's always somebody that hates what you do. You just sort of have to expect that as an actor. So I'm sure there's someone out there that wants to stab me in the eyes, but I have yet to run across anyone that has stabbed me in the eyes, thank God. So everyone has been really positive and awesome about it. So thanks, guys. Doctor.
Okay, I have 2 questions. That's okay.
Unacceptable. Just kidding.
So the first one is, what was it like working on Pachano? It's like my favorite role.
That's his wife. Oh, nice to meet you. Sorry, I'm already married.
But no, I really liked I liked that whole show, and watching the show, watching Vero as like the couple that they came to be was one of my favorite things about the show. I'm going to cosplay Vero in the future. I met Todd Havercorn at Konnichiwa, and I'm so happy I get to meet you. So I'm just wondering what it was like to work on that show. And is it weird at all that you're playing the smaller form of Italy and he's playing Italy?
I didn't think about that. I didn't think about the correlation there. That's actually kind of cute. I think it was a really sweet story between the two of those characters. We're talking about I liked the timeline in it. I liked the way that they went back and forth and everything. It was a really cool show, and I was really excited to be a part of it. And Todd Havercorn, give him crap all the time, and I always call him a douche and whatever. But I don't actually think that. I think he's extremely talented. I think, honestly, I think he's definitely one of the best voice actors that we have. And he's very hardworking and very dedicated to his acting, and I really appreciate that. And so I really do like being paired with him. And it's also nice to be paired with anyone that you've worked with before, because the difficult part about dub acting is that you never are with the other, you're not recording with anyone else, you're just in the booth by yourself. And if you're lucky, they will have recorded, whoever you're doing the scene with will have recorded before you, so you have someone to play off of. But a lot of times that doesn't happen. A lot of times you're the first one to go in and you're just kind of recording into this silent vacuum, essentially. So whenever you are playing opposite someone that you have played opposite before, it makes it a lot easier because it's much easier to predict what they're going to sound like. I feel the same way with Michael Tatum. Having done Spice and Wolf with him and Black Butler, and directed each other in lead. I directed him in Black Blood Brothers, and he directed me in Aquarion, and I also directed him a little bit on School Rumble. But yeah, so it's nice. It's nice to have someone that you know, someone that's your buddy. The buddy system. That's the way to do it. Next question. You.
Do you have a favorite episode of Shin Chan or a favorite thing?
My favorite episode of Shin Chan is the high school years.
Oh, me too.
Because of all of the singing I got to do. They basically made it into a musical, essentially. And I got to music direct all of it, and I got to do most of the singing and make up all the harmonies and all that kind of stuff. I didn't write the lyrics for it. Basically, the writer wrote in the lyrics, and they were like, figure out how to make this into a song. So I came up with the melody lines and all the harmonies and everything, and it was so much fun. Oh my god, I loved it. I thought it was so funny. That's my favorite. So yes, I do have a favorite, and it's that one. Next question, you.
What's your favorite episode of Spice and Wolf?
Spice and Wolf.
It's one of my favorites.
What's my favorite episode? Oh my gosh, I don't know, because I feel like the thing with that show is that it's basically just me and Tatum talking all the time. So they all sort of blend together. So I'm trying to think of what my favorite moment is. Gosh, I kind of like it whenever Nora comes in, the shepherdess.
Oh, yeah.
I like how jealous she gets of her. I think that's really cool. That's memorable, I guess. Ciel, did you have a question?
Yes, I have a friend who can't be here today, and I was wondering if you could call and talk to her.
Actually, yeah, I can do that after the panel.
That'll work.
Cool. Wait, no, you already asked a question. Who hasn't asked? You have.
How fun was it being the Hideyoshi and Bakashi Shokanju?
Hideyoshi was really fun. I liked playing my own twin sister, too. Like, I thought that was really fun having to go back and forth. Though, after doing Black Butler, every little boy role that I do after that, it's really hard not to do a British accent. And I was really glad that I didn't end up recording those two shows at the same time. If I would have done it at the same time, it would have been just impossible for me to not do a British accent. It's really hard. But yeah, so I like playing the sort of dry, sarcastic kind of thing, and I like that he's the prettiest of all of them. You.
I listen to that anime show religiously.
Oh, snap.
I have listened to both of your episodes multiple times.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And on one of them, you said that one of your favorite, kind of treats is fudge.
Yes.
Shut your face! God dang it!
Shoot a biscuit. This is my weakness. This is my biggest weakness. You're ridiculous. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. Wait a minute. James, nice to meet you. Thank you so much. I hate and love you.
I have a request.
Okay.
One of my brother's favorite theme songs is actually Party Party.
Ooh.
And I was wondering if it was possible for you to sing it.
Yeah, but I actually need you guys to sing a part of it with me. Whenever it gets. How many of you guys watch Shin Chan? Okay, good. You guys know the song, right? On the party, party, Jonas, Jonas. On that part, I'll sing the party, party, and then you sing